No, you are probably the one in this room that needs them the most.
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't need mine.
Nom nom nom.
Oh,
God, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
I don't think you can get up that fast.
Welcome back, guys,
punch
to
you in the
another
throat?
episode of What You
I'll
Take.
Superman punch you.
The show where we talk about just about anything we can possibly think of and bring you guys along for the unfiltered, unapologetic ride. As always, you're going to have myself here, Steve, my brother Chris,
I'm a sleepy
and
guy.
sexy Spence.
He's winning at life, man.
I'm living my best life.
You're living a life.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know how that was the coldest burn I ever got. You're doing it, champ.
I quit! It's just... Wow. Well, before we get into anything else here, I'm going to go ahead and cut real quick for a word from our sponsor. All right, guys, me from the podcast must have said that it is time to talk about W. So we're going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. W Energy is the new energy drink that you need to try. It's got none of the other BS that those other drinks have in them, and they have got all the flavor that you do want. Personally, here on the show, we are big fans of the Galaxy Grenade and the Big Energy Tears. Me personally, this is my guy. Blue raspberry, all the way. One scoop, throw it in the shaker bottle, you're good to go. So here's what you're going to do next. You're going to go to w.gg. You're going to pick out the flavor that you want. You're going to go to checkout. You're going to enter in our code, what you take. That's going to then save you 10% on your order. Here's what you're going to do next. Get back to the show. I want to talk about Marvel today, boys. I want to talk about Marvel.
What about Marvel?
Lots about Marvel. This is kind of just a Marvel catch-all. I know last week we talked about Spider-Man specifically.
That was a week ago?
It was a week ago.
Why haven't I changed my clothes?
Why haven't you slept?
He doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
So I just have a catch-all
Because they
collection.
see me when I sleep.
Oh, that's weird.
I have a catch-all
I
collection
wouldn't sleep
of
either.
Marvel.
Like,
You ever see that painting just look at you a little weird?
yeah, like, I know they say science explains why he keeps looking at me, but it ain't right. Like,
So they just put it down.
come over to your house, that monkey painting just has a cloak over it.
That is honestly, that monkey is the only piece of art that I have ever bought for myself.
Dude, honestly, good taste.
I do respect the monkey.
Yeah.
Everything else I have bought has just been like a generic landscape or like just a thing from
You look
like
like a stock photo. Like, you know, like,
Didn't you have one for the longest time that was on your wall where you kept the stock photo in there?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, no, I do. It was in the kitchen in the dining room area. It was like a landscape of like the city skyline or something.
I think that was the one time where the stock photo didn't like have like the sizing on it, and I was like, oh, like are those friends of yours? He goes, no, it's the stock photo.
I've never met these people at all.
I was like, what the fuck?
Huh? Like,
It's a different level of depressing, my guy.
Just my house is built like a hospital.
Oh my god, why is that accurate?
It's all generic and relatively relaxing.
I don't know.
I'm picturing Noir Spider-Man get into your place. Like, who the fuck? Like,
Who lives here? A guy.
a guy? Is this a dentist office? Like,
Just a guy living a life. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Marvel. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Depression.
Everything hurts right now. So I've got just kind of a catch-all of Marvel shit that I want to get your takes on. And most of this is still heavily in Rumorville. I'm going to lead with that.
Ghost Rider can give it to anyone. Fight me.
What?
What?
Ghost Rider could take anyone in the Marvel universe.
Oh, I'll support that, actually.
I don't know about any.
Here's the thing. Even if he can't take anyone,
Bro one-shotted Galactus.
he did pen and stare Galactus.
Okay, yeah, yeah, but if you find someone who's like the penance stare doesn't work on,
Then he just does it to them. It just fucks their shit up.
Here's the thing, though. Like,
The penance stare is the trump card. It's like his most powerful ability.
what is the penance stare exactly? Like,
From my understanding of the penance stare is that he makes you feel the pain, all the pain you have ever caused.
on your victims. So what if you're a good guy?
Because I think specifically it's the pain of innocence that you have
that's
caused.
what it is.
I'll tell you one thing. Would definitely work on the Hulk.
Would it work on Wolverine?
Probably.
You think so?
Collateral damage.
I think he could eat all the pain he ever caused.
Oh, I mean, he wouldn't die, but it
here's
would
the thing.
definitely disable him.
It causes the pain to your soul. It burns your soul, not your
Oh,
body.
I suppose,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
that
that's fair.
spiritual shit that he
Yeah,
comes
it's
to.
that like
Cuts through
Doctor
all the
Strange
bullshit.
crap, yeah.
You don't have resistance to spiritual damage, my guy.
But so, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, again, back to it. Even if he couldn't, like, win the fight against anyone, no one's gonna just clap on Ghost Rider.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
That's my no, he's definitely one of the top tier, I think.
Even with just how strong and durable he is, like,
Yeah.
even if he's not gonna penance stare and finish the fight, he's gonna fuck your world up.
He's gonna make
Well,
you
don't forget,
work
in one
for
of the
it.
comic books, though, like, Thanos, like, fucking just owned, like, he owned him. It was his bitch assistant.
Could you imagine a penance stare on Thanos?
I feel like that would destroy Thanos.
Oh, it would. But so here's the question I have to that is with the penance stare, right? And like what we've seen on like the Nick Cage movies, what we've seen in some of the cartoons, it's a very cinematic event where you see the screams and this and this and this. But like in reality, is it just done?
I think it's instantaneous. I think that is.
I want to know if there's a meter on that because like Thanos, can you dial that back and make him feel
like
all of it?
I think it has to do with subjective reality. I think for the victim, it lasts as long as it needs to last, but to outside perceivers, like nothing is happening.
Could you imagine you just see Galactus walking down the street fucking shit up and this dude just stares at him and he drops?
Did you, Chris, wasn't it you that sent the clip to us?
Yeah.
I was like,
he fell to his knees.
He rolled up on dude.
Yeah.
I just...
Okay.
What's he got?
Okay. Penance stare. When in close combat, the Ghost Rider locks eyes with his opponents and induces self-mortification by imposing him or her every negative action, behavior, and sensation, and the sins to the pain of others that individual has ever committed in their lifetime.
So here's the interesting thing with that. So I mean, they say lock eyes. So like, will this work on Daredevil? Do they have to see, or is it just a formality?
Daredevil's the one guy who can just
joke's on you, bitch.
Can't see me. Like,
I feel like I think it bypasses. I think it's more like he has to grab somebody.
I think again, it's back to the soul.
Ben
just signed the penance stare at him. Like
Ben Affleck's like, fucking bitch.
What you got?
Yeah, no, it looks like it just causes all of the pain that you've ever caused.
Yeah, it doesn't actually have to be a stare. You can just flip a guy off and cause it.
So
emotional damage.
Oh God. So let's stay on Ghost Rider for a minute. So we had an episode a while ago that talked about some A-list actors that were in the running, both fan and rumorville, for being cast as Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
we had Keanu Reeves. Who else did we have in there?
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen
Ackles was that was a very recent one that I started seeing, and there was like supposed like test footage.
Yeah.
I watched one of them because a lot of the reports were like, "Oh, this is too good to be fan made." Well, yeah, because people were taking bits from the Nick Cage movies. Not to say, and now here's the thing, it hasn't been totally debunked from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at Jensen Ackles. I'd rather see him as Batman though. I wouldn't be mad at Keanu Reeves. That'd be fine. Someone tried throwing Ryan Gosling's name in there, and I was like, get fucked. Ryan Gosling, I don't really care for as far as someone like
He's too much of a pretty boy.
He's too much of a pretty boy.
Yeah.
One that I have really enjoyed the sound of, and I think the character of the actor would work really well with it, is Norman Reedus.
Ooh.
You know who actually might be really good at it? And I may be totally wrong.
Batista.
Sam Witwer.
Who?
Star Killer.
Ooh. Here's my problem with that. He's too clean. I don't think he could give biker vibes. I can't see him in like a leather jacket and...
See, that's why I kind of lean towards Jensen, because like...
I feel like Jensen could do it. He's got the voice.
Right. Well, the other thing, too, I would have said no going based off Supernatural, but after seeing him in The Boys, I'm like, he can do it.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I like Jensen. I do.
I do know what you mean. I'd love to see him as like a dark, gritty Batman.
Yep.
But like, if he could be a Ghost, I mean, dude, I think
There's no shame in Ghost Rider.
none. Like,
No?
I don't know. Oh, man. I feel like there's a really good actor that's just like it's right there, but I don't know who it is.
The other
you know what
thing-
Timothée
I mean?
Chalamet.
Here's the other thing, though, and
He's so pretty. Like,
here's the other thing, though, and I don't know the person's name off the top of my head, but whoever the fuck you were that commented on our short regarding it, someone had commented on the one regarding Keanu Reeves and said, like, I love Keanu, don't get me wrong, but we need someone that's not discovered to revive Ghost Rider. And I'm like, I could support that.
oh,
If
just
you
like
could-
someone out of left field.
Someone out of left fucking field that let Ghost Rider be their debut, or maybe they're a little known actor or something like
They had
that.
like a couple good movies, but like throw them out.
I could support the fuck out of that. I really
I
could.
could see that. Yeah.
Now, no one can say I don't read our comments. Like, I could support that though. I could really get behind something like that.
No, I really could. Like that actually would be okay. Just
Who do you think should do it?
who's the guy from Sons of Anarchy?
Oh, Charlie Hammond? Charlie Hammond?
I think he
Hannum.
could do it.
Hannum.
I mean, not to say it's like a similar role, but like he definitely can pull off the biker vibe.
He can do the biker vibe. I don't know if he could be. The thing I like about him, though, because, like, I'm a big fan of The Gentleman, he's more of a classy gangster. Like, yeah, he did Sons of Anarchy, but, like, I like him more in his...
Oh, you want like meth biker?
I want, like, yeah, meth biker. I want
Okay.
a dirty, gritty biker. Give me Norman Reedus.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, all right. I get the vibe you want. All right.
They're both...
You're too clean of a biker. I
That's-
want
yeah,
that
that's what I'm
guy.
saying,
I want
like-
that trailer park trash right there. Like, sorry, dude. Norman Reedus. I love the dude so much.
That's just kind of where I am with it.
I feel like I would need to see a body transformation from Norman Reedus to be okay with it.
They can do that though.
No,
That's
for
the
sure.
thing. Like,
That for sure. I just feel like Norman Reedus is like in his default state. He's like the width of a twig, and he's got like a dirty mop of hair.
That's okay, though.
I feel like I need to see him buff up a little bit if he's gonna be Ghost Rider.
I don't know.
You know what was a funny? That reminds me of a comment actually. So Jensen Ackles said this that he was hitting the gym all the time because he wanted to buff up for his character.
Yep.
Then all the other guys were like, "Why didn't you just ask for more pads?"
I seen that.
Like, and he's just like, "What?" Like,
I didn't know this was an option.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would need, at least for me, I feel like Norman Reedus is just a little too skinny.
Yeah, you want to see like a. I get you. You want to see like a bulky kind of.
Yeah, not even like huge. I'm not even talking like Batista levels, but like
No, yeah, that's the thing. Batista's too big.
yeah, like Norman Reedus, I feel like in his default state is just like tall and gangly and kind of like odd looking.
That's okay. Yeah.
He needs a little bit more, you know.
No, but like I said though, they probably like they always do that kind of stuff though. They take normal. I mean, let's get real. Most actors, they're theater kids, man. Most of them start off as twigs, and then they get
Yeah.
them gym memberships, and they bulk. Like, dude, Chris Hemsworth before he became Thor was a twig.
He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then he just like. I mean, we all saw like his last one. Dude was jacked as hell. So
Yeah. Moving away from Ghost Rider here, and I don't know how much time we'll spend on this one here, but it is official that Hawkeye has officially been greenlit for a season 2.
oh okay.
So I'll be curious to see how that ties in, because obviously we've got Daredevil Born Again and Punisher coming up that features Fisk, despite what had happened in Hawkeye before. So I'm interested to see kind of how all that works
I
out.
love to see how they kind of finagle that in.
Yeah.
You know.
They've got to finagle it the right way, though, because if it's just like, ooh, it's a chemical and he's fine, like, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's the Lazarus Pit excuse.
Yeah, I know,
It
like,
drives me
right?
nuts.
You know what I want to
Batman's
see?
dead. Lazarus Pit.
Right.
Like,
What do you want to see?
Fuck, I forgot.
it'll come back to you.
It'll come
when
back
you're
to you.
driving home.
It'll be at a very, very just annoying time.
Yeah. Chris gonna be taking a shit 6 hours from now, and then he's
Oh.
be like, "Oh yeah, there it is."
Absolutely.
Happens to me all the time.
Speaking of limited series, we brought it up during the Spider-Man episode.
Oh,
there it is.
I want to see them do Iron Fist right.
Nope.
They should redo Iron Fist.
Nope.
Don't
Iron Fist
wanna?
is dead. Nope.
Dead?
They
All
did
right.
it. I am sorry. This is one of those ones. Iron Fist falls in that category where it's like, where people are like, don't ask me to do something. And people are like, just do it horribly. Do it so bad the first time that they ask you to never do it again. That's where I'm at with Iron Fist.
Dude,
That-
I tried
I
watching it. I got 2 episodes in, and I was just like, "No."
I would rather watch Madam Web again than Iron Fist.
Ow. Like,
Or a season 3 of Luke Cage, I'd be happy with.
I
too.
could do that.
Oh, dude.
That's fine.
I would love to. Dude, they got to bring back the series of like Daredevil. I'm so pissed that they lost it with the Netflix Disney Plus transition.
The
Punisher,
Defenders.
Daredevil, Luke Cage.
They're coming
Jessica
back.
Jones.
They're coming back. They're just not under Netflix anymore. Daredevil Born Again is supposed to be loosely tied, I think.
Are they keeping all the same actors?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who is the guy that plays Luke?
Luke, I don't know.
I love him as an actor. I've only seen him in a handful of things, but every time
It's always nice when he does pop up. You're
Yeah.
like,
Hey,
yeah.
you!
It drives me nuts because, like, at quick glance, I always want to default to being
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I listen to him, and I'm like, you're not Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
"God
not
damn
it.
Nope.
It's not British enough.
I really liked Luke Cage. It was
Luke Cage was good.
It was
Yeah.
honestly my favorite, like, street level, other than maybe Punisher. It was my favorite
That's
street
like,
level.
like you said, street level.
Yeah.
He was perfect for street level fighting.
Even Jessica Jones was really good, and people do not give Jessica Jones enough credit.
Dude, no, I started watching that. I'm like, I heard it was junk, and I started watching it. I was like,
Really good.
Well, and she
Okay.
had a great villain, too.
right.
David
I also
Tennant.
feel like as an actor, she really encompassed the whole vibe that she, like, I don't know.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't watch the show inherently, but didn't she originally start with Two Broke Girls? Is that the chick from Two Broke Girls?
No.
It's not. You know who I'm thinking
Max.
of. Okay.
You're thinking of Max, and no, it's not.
Oh, damn
I've
it.
seen her in other shit, though, and that's the thing.
People sleep on her all the time,
Yeah.
though. And then, yeah, I watched Jessica Jones, and I was like, fuck! Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, but
So speaking of miniseries, because we talked about it in the Spider-Man episode, we are getting a limited series Captain America, Steve Rogers Captain America, of him returning all of the stones back to where they came from after the events of Infinity War. This will be interesting, I feel like, because we're getting Steve Rogers back, but I want to know. I'm excited for it because I enjoy him as Captain America, but I don't know how I feel about how the story itself is going to go.
Here's my question. How's this motherfucker going to get off-world? Because some of the stones were not on Earth.
The same way they did, it'll be the space time travel device,
Oh,
because that's how Black Widow and Hawkeye had gotten to the Soul Stone.
got to Vormir? Okay.
Yep.
I thought it was strictly time. Sorry.
No, I think it's time and space.
Okay.
Oh,
You got a TARDIS. You'll figure it out.
yeah.
Never
Well,
mind.
because that's what he did at the end of the movie. Is he had collected all the stones, he put the thingy on, he went, and then he didn't come back, and then that's where they're like, motherfucker stayed where he was.
then they do a little shot, and they're like, "Oh, he's old now." And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, he lived the happily ever after.
Yep. So I'm excited for it. I'm just curious how they're going to do it.
You know, it's always kind of a weird thought, actually. The guy spent more time in retirement than he did actually being a superhero.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're a superhero for 10 years, but then they find you and you've been just chilling out watching, like, Murder, She Wrote for 40. You know?
That motherfucker better have invested in every stock possible.
He would know it all.
He like.
I'm worried that's something I'm interested in
Well,
to
I
see
invested
too
in
is
Google. Like-
how much Steve fucks up the timeline just
won't.
by. No, he won't intentionally, but
He won't.
like
He's perfect.
He won't.
he's not gonna
Nope.
Helen Carter.
Nope.
He's not gonna meet up with the love of his life. He's not gonna have a family. He's
No,
not gonna settle down.
Here's the thing. We know he did that, but it was such a. They didn't do anything big. They just they laid down and just lived a life. That he's not gonna fuck with shit.
I mean,
I'm not talking about like Back to the Future levels bad, but I'm interested to see if there are going to be like butterfly effects that come out of that. Like,
Here's
oh
the
yeah,
thing.
I trained under Steve Rogers 70 years ago, or like some offshoot villains or
Here's
something.
the thing. I don't think that's how it works because in the timeline, he went back and put back all the stones. That would have already happened.
That's how he ended up where he ended up to then give Sam the
Yeah.
shield.
I.e., everything he did was already part of the timeline.
Yeah.
So if
I,
he didn't do it, it actually would fuck
Fucking
it up.
hate
I-
time travel.
I do.
Dude, it hurts my head.
I do use that defense for time travel all the time, actually. So yeah.
Yeah.
Shit is already.
only
You've
way you
already
can
felt
tamper-
the
yeah.
effects.
The only way you can tamper with a timeline is if it's not your timeline.
Exactly.
Because you're not supposed to be there.
Well, and even then, no, because like just the idea of inventing time travel.
Is a paradox?
Well, no, if you invent time travel in any capacity, anything that comes from that is already set in stone because anybody would have already used the time machine to go back and inform your
it's
present.
the grandfather paradox.
It's the chicken and the egg thing.
Yeah.
It's the fucking
If
chicken
you
and
go
the
back
egg.
and kill your grandpa, then there's no one born to kill your grandpa. So then, frickin' guess what?
Well, no. What I'm saying is that I invent time travel. I go back and kill Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
The point that I invented time travel in the world we're all living in right now,
You went back and killed
Abe Lincoln,
Yeah.
and nothing changed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It all sifts out in the end
Correct.
because
Right.
I would have already gone back and done all that stuff.
Right.
The world changed around the concept of you killing Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
The event already happened. Like,
Correct.
it already happened.
Right.
Speaking of Steve Rogers, limited series, Captain America, we got a little bit more information on Captain America 4. Okay. So this one, we have Sam Wilson, right? Previously.
Captain America 4,
Falcon.
the nursing home.
The nursing home. My couple of bullet points on this one from what I've seen is he is confirmed getting a new suit. He's not going to have the Captain America suit that he had in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where it was like,
I'm sorry, Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
what did I say?
You said Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Well, that was the series, though, wasn't it?
They, at the end credits, they changed the name of the series.
Oh,
to
fuck off,
Captain
people.
America and the Winter Soldier.
So he will not have...
Don't piss off the nerds, Steven.
He will not have that suit anymore. From some of the set photos I saw, it looks like he has something that's a little bit more reminiscent of Falcon. A little bit more lean down, not much. I don't think the comic book version of it was very well received by audiences. It looked clunky. Like by the time he got his Captain America get up on.
Okay.
So be interested to see on that. We got a big cast coming in on this one. Sebastian Stan, we kind of knew about that. Harrison Ford, we knew about that with their big rumors around Red Hulk. Recently confirmed, it looks like we are getting... I'm going to fuck his name up, and I'm so sorry because I love this actor.
Mads Mikkelsen?
No, Giancarlo Esposito. Moff Gideon. Guy from Far Cry 6.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. He is confirmed to be a villain in the MCU.
Dude's a good villain.
He's an amazing villain.
Sorry.
Amazing villain. He has recently said that Marvel came knocking at my door, and it is going to be a character that will be revealed, and no one is going to expect it.
Dude, could
as
you
he put
imagine how cool that'd be to have Marvel call you up and be
No
like, we want you
shit,
in your
right?
movie. We want you in this movie. What?
Did you know that he did like cameos for like just to threaten people?
I'm sorry, what?
Like
What?
how some celebrities will do like birthday cameos.
Yeah.
He would do ones where like he would just threaten people.
I would love that.
Dude is like he's the perfect bad guy, but it's weird because like I've seen
It's that calmness.
it's the calm yet like loud.
Yeah.
Like he's not screaming, but like he owns the room.
I will
Yeah.
murder you.
Yeah, but it's weird because like I've seen videos of him like on the Late Show and whatnot like that, and dude's a geek. He's so animated and he's just like he's all over the place, but then all of his characters are like, I will kill you.
Yeah, I know. It's that cold. The thing is,
He's
it's cold
calculated.
and collected. Like, yeah.
He thought about it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, he just didn't decide to.
No, he will
He
just
will.
murder
Yeah.
you.
Dude, could you imagine? Like, I'd pay him like $100 just to like sit across from you one day and just slide you a note that says "fuck you," and then he just walks away casually.
It's like when Taken came out and people were asking for Liam Neeson to like leave their voicemail. Have you guys seen that video before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think I've seen the video.
Basically there was a fan that was like, can you set up my voicemail or can you leave me a threatening voicemail or something like that? And Liam Neeson takes the phone and does the whole like Taken spiel, but with that person's name. They're like, yeah, it's the same kind of thing for me.
That's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Talk about a ballsy PR move, though,
Yeah,
too.
no kidding.
Like,
I like Liam Neeson.
what I'm interested to see with Captain America for this last bit that I had kind of heard about it is the director saying that what's interesting is because it's Sam Wilson, this is a guy who can be hurt, and this is a guy who can bleed, and a guy who has limits that Steve Rogers maybe didn't.
Yeah.
And I quote, we've had a lot of fun with that. So I think in Captain America 4...
He's gonna get his ass kicked.
He's going to get his ass kicked a ton and feel it, right? I
Yeah.
mean, the whole
They
on
really
your
did
left
just kind of
bit.
make him immortal almost.
They
like,
did. So it's gonna be fun to watch him get his ass kicked.
You know what? Actually, I think one of my favorite things about Steve Rogers was that scene in Winter Soldier in the beginning when he's running through the office and he's just tearing through it
Just
like a
blowing
bull.
through. Yeah.
To me, it shows just what power level he's actually at.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing though too is like Steve Rogers and like to put it into like D&D terms, I guess, is like Steve Rogers is such like a gleaming moral like role player. Like he's so like positive and like he's on everybody's side, but then when you get into like combat, he's fucking people up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my favorite thing is to watch him kick people.
Oh, dude.
Just
Oh, they
launch
just
him.
go back 15 feet.
Just Spartan kicks them through a wall.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. Like,
I always appreciated
Had
that-
enough of your shit.
I always liked, though, and I think we've talked about it in previous topics, that when he has exerted strength, he does have to exert himself. He
Exactly.
doesn't just flick shit. So, like, when he kicks, you see him, he's got to put some oomph into it.
yeah.
But it's still strong.
You saw him,
as fuck.
yeah, like you saw him struggling when he was pulling that elevator, or not the elevator, the helicopter.
The helicopter,
back.
yep.
Yeah.
I mean, even the famous, like, wood split thing. You
Yeah.
can tell he gets his grip, and he's got to put a little, and then it goes. So, he still exerts himself.
Yeah.
It's just the output is crazy.
Exactly, yes. It keeps it in a very human realm of superheroism.
Correct.
Exactly.
Right.
Like he's
Like-
not like Superman, but he's way better than you. Like, yeah. You're here. You're here. He's here.
He's here, and then there's like
Superman's
Superman's like
way
up
up here. Yeah.
He's the definition of the guy she tells you not to worry about.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when he did that wood splitting thing, dude, I think that's in every girl's spank bang from here to eternity.
Oh my
dude.
god,
Like,
absolutely. I'm not gonna lie. So when we first moved in and I was like chopping up a bunch of wood and stuff, I got one that was like halfway down, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna look awesome in front of my wife." And I was like, "Fuck,
Yeah,
Just epic failed." And she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." Put it
oh,
down and I
nothing,
finished
just
chopping it with the
readjusting
axe.
this. Like, it's fine.
Just finding the right angle.
Yeah, it's all about the angles.
So my last bit of Marvel rumorville stuff, and I'm very excited about this. And Chris, I think you'll have some
Tell me more.
stuff to put into this, but this leans into what we talked about with the DCEU and like that pipe dream of like give us the collection of bad guys that team up together from the bad guys' point of view.
Yeah.
Okay. Supposedly, after the production of Blade, so we know Blade's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wesley Snipes is supposed to come back. Supposedly,
You
after
better pay his fucking taxes.
pay your taxes.
And open your eyes.
Supposedly, after the production of Blade, they are supposed to begin production on Midnight Suns.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm curious about that one. I
Play
don't
the
know
game.
much about it, but
Play the game. It's free.
okay.
Here's what interests me.
All right. Like,
It's a strategy game. It's a turn-based strategy game. You'll like it.
okay, that actually is kind of up my alley.
Here's what really interests me about it is because, I mean, the guys that are in the Midnight Suns are good guys, but you see some of our more anti-hero personalities like Ghost Rider. So where my brain goes is, could this be a way to start a grittier, darker Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, the Midnight Suns are generally, I wouldn't say they're anti-heroes one and all, but the Midnight...
No, the group itself is not, but they have
No.
more of them in there.
They have more of them in there, but what I would say that they all definitely are is they are all outcast.
Yes.
They're all loners. They're all people who don't fit in with like the normal cliques. Like Magic was her brother is Colossus, and
Yeah.
she lived in the X Mansion for a while with Wolverine and didn't fit in there, so she went with the Midnight Suns. Same thing with Nico. She's a magician, witch of some sort. Her parents were insane cultists to some crazy god. She split off.
Oh,
and-
that old chestnut.
that
Yeah.
old chestnut. You know how it goes. You know, and you have Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, you know, Blade, obviously.
Oh, it's one of those like, okay, all the
We're all misfits together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, nobody gets us but
Yeah.
us. And it's a fun vibe.
We're just a bunch of misfits. Starts playing in the background every time they're in the lobby.
But yeah, no, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, just the depth of like, character development and stuff that happened in that game was just phenomenal. I mean, I've talked about it before, even on this podcast, but like I went painting with Doctor Strange and went fishing with Blade.
I hope they introduce that in the movies. Like, just
Well, and that's the next thing that my curiosity comes into is it going to be a movie or is it going to be a series?
Probably a series.
I'm hoping it'll be a series if they're going to have that many
or
characters.
probably like again limited series. It might be like 8 episodes.
Right.
You
They just
know?
got to do it right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That would be a fun one from a limited series perspective, that if you're going to redo Ghost Rider, if you're going to introduce Blade, give them all their own standalone series and or movies, then bring them together. Like what Marvel did in the past with the original.
Avengers.
With the original Avengers. That's the way to
That
do it.
formula worked.
It did.
Because we fell in love with all of them. And then they all came together. And then it was like, they went back, like, defeated the big bad, went back, did their own shit like normal, but they still kept in contact. And it just kind of worked. And I feel like all the Misfit toys can do that too.
They can.
They can.
So I lied. I have one more thing. And
God damn
You
it.
son of a bitch.
I talked to you guys about this for like 5 seconds in the podcast, but we made another episode where we talked about this, so now we just have to kind of come full circle with it. We have the popcorn bucket. Are we disappointed? Are we happy? Spence, start with you.
Well, I mean, it's not like Dune where you can fuck it.
You could
So,
fuck that. If
You
got
could
a big
fuck
enough-
that. It's Wolverine's mouth,
You got,
dude.
You got a big
No,
enough
you don't
chode,
fuck
could-
Wolverine's mouth. Like, you want to fuck a sandworm, that's on you.
Do you know how many Deadpool cosplayers are going to be fucking humping this thing?
Oh my god, yeah. Every Comic-Con's just going to be humping werewolf head. Or Wolverine head, not werewolf. Words.
So Spence, yay or nay?
Spencer, are you a furry?
What?
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 Where did you get that?
So Spence, yay or nay on the approval for the Wolverine head popcorn
You know, if
bucket?
you're going to
Slash
fuck something,
werewolf
fuck
head.
Wolverine's head.
I did appreciate, I don't know if you guys ever watched the actual release video of it, but it's not just an empty mouth. They did put a tongue in there. I don't know why that little extra thing just kind of adds it.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds knew what he was doing.
That's what I'm like. There's that. But so yay or nay?
I'm for it just because of it's hilarious.
Okay.
And I really think it's hilarious. I want Ryan Reynolds to hand like Hugh Jackman one of the helmets or like the freaking head, and just be like, they're gonna be thinking about you.
They're gonna think about you, big boy.
You know he did that.
Oh,
Like,
100%. I want to know whose agent was like, hey, we're gonna go with Wolverine, or like, how did it? Okay,
It's actually in Ryan Reynolds' contract.
right.
Yeah.
Lost a bet.
It might, knowing them, it might be something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Chris, yay or nay on the popcorn bucket?
It's a popcorn bucket, dog.
But I mean, like,
That's all you gotta say?
I'm saying on the levels because like some of the original rumors that we heard was gonna be like it was gonna be like Deadpool's ass, or it was gonna be Deadpool's face, or it was gonna be Wolverine and Deadpool. Like on the design that they ended up with. Do you think they could have found something more creative? Do you think it could have been right where it is?
I don't really think so. No, I mean there's really no other options unless you're gonna have Wolverine's hairy ass and like just
Really, you just gotta reach in there to get that popcorn.
I was kind of expecting something like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's
I
kind
was
of
being transparent about the whole thing.
Actually, it's out of left field. Steve Rogers' ass.
That's America's
Yeah,
ass.
that's America's
Have a
ass right
zipper.
there. Have a zipper. Oh, like, that's too morbid.
Could you imagine?
zip.
You're on your first date and you're just fisting an ass. Like,
Just making eye contact the whole time.
Hey,
just zip it, just reach in and keep staring. Like,
And watch that work for someone.
It will.
oh my god.
It'll work. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up, guys. Let us know what you think about the different Marvel things that we got going on in Rumorville. And until next time, peace.
Out.
Ouch.
God damn it! I said out.